as we've been covering on this show, and if you've been tuned into any news whatsoever, whether television, internet, radio, anything, and certainly if you've been listening to this show, thousands upon thousands of people, Palestinians in Gaza, have been injured. Hundreds upon hundreds, killed. Many women, innocent women and children, innocent men. The majority, I believe, what's the number? It's like 96% or something like that?
I think
86%?
80s. I think maybe. I mean, there's some dispute. The majority.
Far
majority.
I believe it's something, according to the UN, something like 270,000 Gazans displaced. No home.
Yes.
With 90
Knocked
shelters.
Out power,
90 shelters, I believe.
Knocked out power.
And one Hollywood actor has seen enough. He can't take it anymore. And he wrote a column for the Hollywood Reporter. And it starts with this paragraph. My name is Jon Voight. And I am more than angry. I agree. I am pissed off about what I'm seeing. He continues. Let's see what he has to say. I am heartsick. Me too. Mm-hmm. It really, I get sad when I see these images. Depression just sets in. It's disgusting to me. I am heartsick, Jon Voight says, that people like Penelope Cruz and Javier Bardem could incite anti-Semitism all over the world and are oblivious to the damage they have caused. What? This is what Jon Voight feels the need to speak out upon? The fact that actors like Javier Bardem, Penelope Cruz, and a dozen other actors and directors and producers and people in the movie business put out this statement saying that what's going on in Gaza to the Palestinian people is horrific and it should be stopped. He has a problem with that. He continues on with they are obviously ignorant of the whole story of Israel's birth and goes on to the story of Israel, blah, 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 blah. I don't need to go over that. If you want to read it, go to the Hollywood Reporter. But then he gets past all that and he says this. He has one hell of a run-on sentence, too, before this. It's a whole paragraph that's one sentence. But then he gets to this. You have forgotten how this war started. Did Hamas not kidnap and kill 3 young teenagers for the sake of killing and celebrate it after the killing? What a travesty of justice. Actually, Jon Voight, they in fact did not kidnap and kill the 3 young teenagers. That is fact. When you have the Israeli police chief out there, who is the source of this information, saying it was a lone cell, these were not orders from Hamas, this was 1 or 2 individuals acting alone, and just because they have Hamas affiliation doesn't mean they were doing it under the name of Hamas. So, right there, here you are saying that what Penelope Cruz and Javier Bardem are doing, spreading anti-Semitism simply by saying what Israel's doing is wrong. You are sending the same message in the other way. You are giving disinformation that you apparently are fighting against. What you are doing is, in fact, dangerous. He continues on, I am asking all my peers who signed that poison letter against Israel to examine their motives. Can you take back the fire of anti-Semitism that is raging all over the world now? You have been able to become famous and have all your monetary gains because you are in a democratic country, America. Do you think you would have been able to accomplish this in Iran, Syria, Lebanon, etc.? Are you kidding me? Hey, Jon Voight, ever think that for some people, money and fame are second to when they see the mass killing of a people? Are you kidding me right now? And to just incite those random countries right now? Really? You don't think you're coming off a little bit racist? A little bit xenophobic? A little bit Islamophobic? I'm sure you do realize you come across like that. You just don't give a shit.
Yeah, I think it's okay with it.
You had a great responsibility to use your celebrity for good. I say they did.
Indeed.
Instead, you have defamed the only democratic country of goodwill in the Middle East, Israel. You should hang your heads in shame. You should all come forth with deep regrets for what you did and ask forgiveness from the suffering people in Israel. Yes, the suffering people in Israel. The suffering people who are writing articles for Times of Israel saying, in this case, we should really commit genocide. And the one that came out this weekend in the Times of Israel where this Israeli woman wrote an article about how, you know what the real shame in all this is? This whole conflict and her being in her shelter, it's making her fat. She's eating too much. That's the problem. 3 Israeli civilians have died in this conflict. 3. The suffering people of Israel? Really? Compared to the numbers in Gaza? Blame. Oh, he's seriously going out there. I've had enough with what Penelope Cruz and Javier Bardem had to say. You know what? We all know that the pro-Israel movement who is defensive. Again, you could be pro-Israel and be against what's going on there. But the movement that is pro-Israel and defends these actions, they like to blame Hamas for everything. All the civilians are dying. Yes, Hamas has 270,000 civilians that they round up and hide behind. Are you kidding me? You're really going to believe that?
Well, Amnesty International's debunked a lot of this human shield mythology.
The fact that they had to, you really seriously believe that Hamas is in control of how many people live in Gaza? 1.2 million?
Something like that, right?
Yeah. Come on. But let's listen to what we have on the phone, Bibi Netanyahu. And we know Hamas is to blame for all this. But is anyone else who shares the blame with Hamas?
Well, in addition to Hamas, Javier Bardem is he hates Israel, he hates the Jewish people. Penelope Cruz is an existential threat to the Israeli people.
Do they use human shields?
Penelope Cruz and Javier Bardem on many shoots use the extras. You know the extras? They are used like human shields by them, both. Yeah.
It's incredible. It's stunning. Thanks, Jon Voight, for speaking out for the people of Israel against the dangers of the terrorists known as Penelope Cruz and Javier Bardem. Now I really, really know why Angelina Jolie wants absolutely nothing to do with you.